Hi, we're going to do one quick SAT math question. We just changed the formula around, but the problem is pretty much the same. Um, Actually, this is taken from an SAT that was administered and it was changed to a half. So the point 4 and 3 lies on the graph of the function hx in the xy plane. If this is actually like a function. If the function h of x is a half x squared minus a, where a is a constant, what is the value of a? Now, people who took algebra 2 and now the new math has parts of algebra 1 shows this is, you can look at it and see it's part of a parabola. And once you have something negative, it gets to be an inverse. So what people are going to do is try to treat this as like if they're going to solve a of h and start doing this. And that's going to take your time because that's how you do your vertex formulas on a parabola. You don't have to do that. Just look at what the equation is telling you. Start thinking about it. Look at what you can do. This is an X formula. This is a Y. Can you plug this in and save yourself some time? And the answer, of course, is yes. So when we go to step 2, there are 2 points given to you. They are X and Y, which are 4 and 3. Plug them in. Your 4 is the X value. Your Y value is 3. So here's what we're going to do. Here's your X. Don't make life more complicated than what it already is. You need time on this SAT. And here's your 3. Both are positive points. Okay? So now all you have to do is solve. So you have X was squared, remember? So you had this 4 over here, but it was squared, and 4 squared equals 16. People who are having a hard time with this, just remember you're taking 4 and multiplying it 4 times. You're not doing anything other complicated than that. And 4 times 16, but it's a half. So think about this. You don't even have to do all of these steps I'm doing. You already know a half of 16 is 8. Now when you have this here, you have 8 minus a equals y. So you go on over and your y value was 3. 8 minus a is 3. You take the inverse. There is no fraction, so you don't need a reciprocal. You just need a simple inverse. And you go straight over, and it's negative 8 plus positive 8. That gives you 0 minus a. And then you take this negative 8 has to come over to this side because you have to make your sides equal. Now, 3, this is simple from the number line. If you get confused, you go over negative 8 over here, negative 7. A lot of people get the simple things confused and do the harder math, but please don't forget these simple little steps. Otherwise, the whole situation, the whole equation, it's off. So if this were your simple number line and you were to go 8 and go positive to the right spaces, you'd be going like this, 3 spaces. So it's negative 5. Okay, so now let's finish this out. You have negative 8 over there. Where'd you get negative 8? Because it was here. It was already in the equation. Please don't forget this. This negative 8, if you don't have an answer choice for negative 8, and this is one where you write this in, you don't have negative 5, keep in mind as long as you leave this, only if it's a write-in, if you leave this as a negative a and you keep this as a negative 5, it's the same thing. Problem is that if you get a choice, like for instance, if you get a choice of a equals, okay, this is not negative a, this is positive a. So then you've got to make it positive, and that would be 5. So your choices here would be something like they give you negative 5. They might give you something like 10. They might give you something like 16 because they know your mind is going to go towards 16, and hopefully people forget and don't solve the whole thing, and then it's 5. Why isn't it negative 5? Because they're asking you for a. So if it says where a is a constant, what is the value of A, which they're doing here. You want to know the positive value. So your positive value is 5. Okay, question is done. If you have any questions, we are at jacobitslearning@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.